Portland Trail Blazers are set to either trade Anthony Simons or Jeremy Grant. We're going to break it all down, talk about why that could make sense for the Portland Trail Blazers. Are the Portland Trail Blazers potentially giving up on players a little too early? We're going to talk about all that, plus some more things. But first, I'll play that intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. We got the whole squad in the building today. At the bottom there, we got Bobby, Big Kev in the building. Then we got Stevo, C-Dub, and myself, Haize. We all in the building today. Let's start off with the first one that came out earlier today, and that is that the Blazers are expected to trade either Jeremy Grant or Anthony Simons this season. How you guys feeling about this? Does this make sense for where the squad is? Jeremy Grant kind of makes more sense to me than Anthony Simons, but Simons could technically have more value as he still is an extremely young player, and they may be ready to move forward with Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe as their backcourt. But how you guys feel?
I just think that it just makes sense to just, if you're going to trade somebody, you got to trade Jeremy Grant. I think that he is as a player. I don't think he's going to get any better. I think Anthony Simons has a higher upside. He still can get better in this league. He's still really, really young. So I think it's an easy choice for me. You trade Jeremy Grant. You have to.
I agree with you, Dub. It's not only an easy choice. You should have never signed Jeremy Grant to that, at the time, very big contract. He hadn't done anything to at least, I ain't hating on his pockets, but he hadn't done anything to earn that type of contract. He's not a number one, number two, or even number three in some cases. He's maybe a solid number four. You keep Anthony Simons. He's shown that he can at least compete at a high level and put the ball in the basket at a high level, just not as consistently as he should. He's not in the Tyrese Maxey category and so on and so forth. But there's no way they should even giving Jeremy Grant the contract they gave him. You do try to keep a young Anthony Simons on this young team and build around those guys, in my humble opinion.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, to me, I'm kind of with y'all. Like, then again, it's kind of weird because if Shaedon is definitely a part of that future.
Mm-hmm.
What's the buddy with the goggles? I can't even think of his name.
Scoot Henderson?
Scoot? I don't think Scoot that for real. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So if I'm them, I'm not even thinking about getting rid of Anthony. It don't make sense because I just don't.
Is Anthony's not a point guard. So I mean, Scoot is a point guard. So even if you think that Shaedon's part of your future, you may be ready to move on from Anthony just to get Shaedon Sharpe some more minutes there at the two.
I mean, I guess, but like, I don't know. I feel like at this point in his career, he hasn't shown us that he's gonna be that caliber of two. So he need to learn how to play point guard. That's what they need to sit down with him. Like, Anthony,
Scoot or
Anthony.
Okay.
Anthony need to sit down and they need to tell him, dude, you are not the scorer that you think you are to play the two guard position. Therefore, if you want to be anything in this league for the long run and be an actual quality player, you need to learn how to play point guard. And he was a top
15 scorer this year.
And
I don't. As a starting role in this league, playing shooting guard at his height, weight, position, and I don't like it. I just don't.
Okay.
For sure.
I want to take it away after that.
I kind of understand Stevo's point on that too, because when it comes to what Big Kev and C-Dub said, pretty much I would say the right, and I would say my opinion, I would be looking to trade Jeremy Grant first. I believe that if you already a team that ain't doing much, you know what I'm saying? So you should be trying to keep, some of these guys out, while they're still youthful, and hope that you could develop these guys until, you know what I'm saying, you can now position these guys together to potentially make a bigger move in the future. But then it comes to that side of what Stevo was talking about when it says necessary fit. I think there is some type of redundancy there with those three guys. But at the end of the day, I still be moving to trade Jeremy Grant and let these young guys develop a little bit more.
Because Bobby, he's Anthony Simons is a combo guard, and last season before he got hurt, he was averaging 5.5 assists and shooting 40% from three. So like it's just something that's is he going to be the 2 guard? He does have point guard skills. 5.5 assists is not half bad for a guy that's not truly a point guard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a log jam kind of, but the real issue is Scoot Henderson. He came in with lots of fanfare, top 5 pick, didn't really gel or mesh well with the squad last season. He's supposed to be kind of like another Russell Westbrook type. That's how they built. That's how they deemed him. That's the narrative that was around him, and it didn't really pan out. At least in year 1, can he take that step forward and allow Simons to be a true number 2, or is he expendable?
Well,
Well,
I
he
mean,
did-
I think Scoot started showing more towards the end of the season. He ended
Yes.
the season, the last month of the season, 19 points per game on 41% shooting from both the field and from 3. Also in March, he averaged 18 points per game, 38% shooting, 31. So he improved basically every month of the season. So that may be what they're looking at as well.
True.
That's exactly what I was finna say. What Drip just said. I mean, I think he's still a top flight talent in his league. Scoot Henderson. Now, I would never put the blame on him from a 1-year player. And if you look at his play throughout if you look out throughout the city, the year how he played, he started off rough, like Drip said, but at the end he started to get it. Everybody's not going to get it right away. Everybody goes their own path, and he has the talent to be a good player in this league. Now, when it comes to Anthony Simons, he can never be a point guard. He is built. He's been playing ball as a shooting guard, as a scorer his entire life. He cannot be a pointing guard. So I think he will always be the shooting guard. And I think he should stay the shooting guard with the Blazers. With the Blazers, with all this young talent on this team and him growing up with, now they even got Donovan Clingan, who showed a lot of talent in the summer league. What are you going to do with the other guy? What are you going to do with DeAndre Ayton?
I'm just you saying that, but he averaged the same amount of assists as the point guard that's supposed to be there.
You can average as much as you want.
So I'm taking the 22 and 5 guy over the 14 and 5 guy every time.
But the difference is Anthony Simons though he's more developed. Like it's Scoot's first. Like I can understand. I understand your point regardless, Stevo. But I would be more on Stevo's side if we're talking about Scoot in year 3 or 4. We're talking about one season in which he missed some significant time in that. Missed over 20 games, I believe, last year as well. And then he started as he got healthier and the season went on. He looked pretty damn good. Now I can say this. I don't think that you should be trying to make the decision right now. And it doesn't seem like they are. They say during the season, and that during the season part, they may want to see. Now, the Scoot build off of how he ended last season before he make the decision of moving on from Anthony Simons.
I mean, honestly, the Jeremy Grant, he's 30.
Jeremy Grant could go regardless.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
But the way they posed it was either or. In reality, he should be both either and or.
Steve,
my thing is they in a wasteland, so they can honestly keep Anthony Sterling and goddamn Shaden the whole time.
And Scoot.
I agree with that.
That's his name, Sterling.
That's his real name. Sterling.
His real name is
Sterling Sharp.
Scoot. Yeah.
His name is Sterling Henderson.
And Sterling Henderson, the point guard.
Hey, call me Scoot too.
Hey, Stevo, when does that scenario actually work when you try to convert a player into point guard? Give me one scenario where that actually worked.
Kobe White.
No, and be successful.
Came in as a point guard.
That didn't work. I mean, it necessarily don't work if you don't have the potential there. There's been players I'm not saying he's going to be upwards of a 8-9 assist type of guy, but I can see him pushing close to 7 assists per game. That's 2 more assists per game.
What if Scoot can get you 8-9, big dog?
I just think Scoot is out of everybody I've seen drafted in the last 5 years, he's the project of projects to me.
Oh wow.
And I just think the Scoot we gonna see that we think we might see might come around year 5, 6. I think it's gonna take that long.
He just called Scoot Henderson
game.
He called Scoot Henderson.
There's nothing wrong with his game. For one, okay, if you look at people at his position, at his guard, for him to be a freak athlete, he don't use it enough. If that makes sense,
I understand what you're saying.
Like
D Rose,
at least like coming into the league, they didn't have a respectable 3 But they had a respectable man rate even in their rookie years. And even if that, they was getting to the rim at nauseum. He's not getting to the rim at nauseum, and he should be.
Okay, you saying he doesn't have a threat,
I just
a
think his
weapon.
progression, his progression is just slower. It's going to be slower than most.
Okay.
And that's where I was gonna go.
Yeah,
That's
my
when we
whole
talk
thing.
about Anthony Simons, and that's why I like the way that Haize put it in that last part. Maybe it's something that they should just wait and see first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we talking about how Anthony Simons started off, he started off next to Dame Lillard. That's a scoring guard. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He was able to, do some things here and there, but it wasn't at the consistent basis of, of a Tyrese Halliburton or a Chris Paul or something like that. So I will go with just wait and see, because Scoop could be he can working his tail off and be ready to explode, or it could be a little bit slower. I think that'll help add on to the decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeremy Grant should be gone regardless. Like I just,
Yeah. At the end of the day, Jeremy, if anybody should be leaving, Jeremy Grant is that one.
His agent, one of the GOATs, though. The fact that he got the contract that he got before the start of last season was crazy.
He a
I
clutch
ain't gonna
player.
do that. I ain't gonna do that.
He a
bro.
clutch
He was
player.
getting buckets that year. He got that
In
contract.
Detroit, he was getting
yeah, but it's
buckets.
not
I
just
mean-
about getting buckets though.
Right.
Like
It's 20.
That's
I'm
why
about
they
to say,
paid him.
It's
That's why
over
they
20
paid him.
players. It's over 20 players that's averaging over 22 points a game.
and a lot
Like,
of them play for
everybody's
bad
scoring in this
teams.
motherfucker.
And in that free agency, it wasn't no big names. It wasn't a lot of big names, if any, in that free agency when
It
he
wasn't.
got that bag.
But they wasn't gonna get a big name.
Bro,
Anyway.
when that contract was announced and we were over here on NBA Central, like, wow, that dude just got that. Like all of us were saying that, including
We
you.
say that we say that pretty often nowadays.
We say that every year. I'm still shocked they gave that dude in Memphis $205 million.
Right.
Oh, you talking about Desmond
Des-
Bane?
Desmond Bane, that shit crazy. I'm sorry, and I like Desmond, but 205, shit.
He ain't got no neck either. So
no neck. That's funny.
All shoulder.
Let's get to the next topic. We don't talk a lot about our Bulls here because we got plenty of platforms to talk about the Bulls. Mark Eversley made some comments that sent the fan base down a rabbit hole. I've seen people, some Bulls writers say that this meant that Mark Eversley doesn't care about building through the draft. I don't believe that, but let's talk about it a little bit. Mark Eversley, the Bulls GM, saying this: there's no appetite in our building to go young and just blow it up. We've gone young. We've got players who are experienced and give us a greater opportunity to have a longer runway for sustainability to winning meaningful games for a longer time. I don't want to, a year from now, be winning 15 games and focusing on the lottery. We have an opportunity here to roll out younger players who give us an opportunity to turn this thing around, maybe not quicker, but in a more pragmatic way, a pragmatic approach than just looking at the future and building through the draft. How you guys feel about that?
See,
I love that approach.
Go ahead, nephew.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I love that approach. Me personally, I always go and look at what the process was with Joel Embiid. Yes, they hit on 2 players, but those one player is no longer there, and the other player can't get you past the second round. And then you had other players come through, and they didn't pan out particularly well. Then when you talk about the Detroit Pistons, I don't know if they tanked on purpose, but the record wasn't great, and it was probably the worst in the last 2 seasons. And instead of getting number 1 or 2 or 3, they ended up with the 4th pick the last 2 years as being one of the dumpster fires in the NBA. So I'm with Mark Eversley. I don't necessarily believe in the tank because I look at this roster and you say Kobe White, 3+ years in the league. P. Will, 3+ years in the league. Ayo, 3+ years in the league. You just traded for Josh Giddey, 3+ years in the league. These are experienced young players who they might not be the most battle tested, but they battle tested a little bit with some playoff experience or play inexperience. So yeah, the Cooper Flag tank might sound a little all right, but I think the Bulls are comfortable where they at. And hey, they got a player that used to play a lot against Cooper Flag. They might be very, very high on him.
And speaking
And
about
that's
him,
Buzelis for people that don't know.
speaking of Matis Buzelis, he was like ranked number 3, 4, 5 in this draft, and the Bulls were still able to get him. Atlanta won 36 games last season, and they still got the number 1 pick overall. So tanking doesn't guarantee that you will get the number 1 pick. This isn't the NFL. This isn't the NHL or whatever other sports goes by how bad your record was. You can tank, force your fans to go through agony, and your podcasting people all over the internet to go through agony and have to talk about a terrible team every single game, or you can go out there and try to compete. The Bulls are gonna probably be in the same situation as the Nets and Raptors and the Hawks were last season anyway, where they get between 25 and 36 wins and miss the playoffs, miss the play-in, and still get the lottery. So tanking, it just doesn't necessarily work. This ain't even like the 80s and 90s where they would fix the draft for teams to be able to do those things, for Patrick Ewing to go to New York and for D Rose to come to Chicago. It ain't the same. So I don't think tanking is the way to go. But if the Bulls are really bad, it's like a month to go in the season, maybe they should consider like sitting some people down, losing a couple more games to improve their chances, but not for the whole season, in my opinion.
Exactly. And the approach that the Bulls basically have made in this is to say that they're looking at some young players that have now opportunity to grow, and if they do grow and it pushes the Bulls into a play-in spot or whatever, you've done so through your young players. I still think you need to move one of Zach or Vooch before the end of the season to kind of solidify some of that. But then even if this season ends up being a wash for the Bulls and you keep your top 10 pick, you're now going to add another bit of talent to help this team that could still go forward and develop in the future years. So it's a calculated risk, because flat out tanking, like you said, especially now that they flattened the lottery odds, like it just doesn't work anymore. Like look at the Detroit Pistons. What, they end up picking 5th this year?
Mm-hmm.
They won 13 games.
14.
I mean,
14. Sorry, 14 games.
Yeah. I mean, be able to do the draft sound good. I just don't like who the motherfuckers coming from that's saying it. Because your draft history ain't that good. So like the idea is great. I agree. Like you should want to build through the draft. The idea is great. But out of the 2 of the 4 motherfuckers you draft, I only like 2 of them. So it's like you could say build on your draft. You got to hit on them up. You got to hit on them. So I hope you align that you need to start making sure you hit on these draft picks in the future. And now, because you do have a healthy support of young players that it don't make sense. Well, you kind of halfway already told it that dang on house that you're really renovating right now. So it don't make sense to right in the next few years to just completely break it up. But if you're gonna build through the draft like you say it is, I don't want to see no motherfucking Dalen Terry's, and I don't want to see no motherfucking Patrick Williams and Marcus Savonoviches. I don't want to see it no more.
Hey, but we like Dalen Terry though.
I didn't like the pick. I'm not finna fake. Like I like it now because I'm seeing the production that
It's better than
Marquise
Teague or whatever his name was.
I mean, listen, bro. That's a low bar there, my boy. That's a low bar.
He was in the same range as Dalen Terry as far as draft is concerned.
No. Taylor was 18. Teague was 26 or 25.
No,
that's
he
a
wasn't.
Big difference in the draft.
No,
yes, he was.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll be back.
Marcus T. I remember that shit. He was a 25th pick.
Yeah, because we made the playoffs the year before we drafted him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was a lower round pick, but still, he had some promise. 29th pick overall.
25th.
I knew it was late as hell.
29th.
I knew it was late as hell.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I like the idea, but
Marquise T looked like he was born smoking cigarettes. He bogus.
I think tanking goes against anything that I believe in when it comes to competing in a sport. Like tanking, like trying to lose, it's an oxymoron to me. That's an oxymoron to me. I can never be good with that. I don't care who the hell it is. It could be Michael Jordan for the draft in a couple more years. I don't give a damn. I don't want to tank. And with the team that we got, I think that AK and Mark.
I would tank for Michael Jordan.
Right,
I'm about to say, wait a fucking minute. If there was a guaranteed sign that I'm not losing one pick,
I will.
As big as Shan is,
hold on. I'm gonna speak.
What do you mean to tell me you wouldn't tank for a chance to draft Michael Jordan?
I'm not losing on purpose. I'm not.
Sir, you saw all 6 champions. I ain't see shit. I'm going to get Michael Jordan. I'm tanking.
That's your fault.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
That's your fault.
I ain't see nothing.
It's easy to say that.
My fault. It's their ass fault. They had me too damn late.
And look, and Stevo, they older too, so they.
I'm not taking.
Bro, I'm mad as my mom gonna have me at 30. What the fuck?
I don't like to play to lose. I'm sorry.
I'm right there with you though, Dub.
I'm with you.
I don't like to
with
play to
you
lose.
too.
I'm right there with
you. You might as well just wave the white flag. Don't even play the game. Just don't play.
And speaking of white flags, Cooper Flag is not weight. He's not.
Yeah, I'm not taking for no.
No, Cooper Flag like that. No, for sure.
Yeah, but
I'm
like
not,
tanking,
I'm
though.
not tanking for no flag. I'm not
No,
doing it.
tanking.
no.
Now that's what I'm saying. Speaking of
Yeah, I
white
ain't
flag, we're
taking
not
it,
tanking
yeah.
for Cooper flag.
Yeah. All right, let's have some fun before we get up out of here today. I was gonna come up with some thought-provoking last topic, and I said, fuck it. All the guys gonna be together. Let's have some fun. Who is the most overrated player in the NBA right
You
now?
better say the right name.
Go ahead, Dub.
Oh my.
Draymond Green. He is not good as he was defensively. What is he doing for Golden State? Is he handing the ball off to Steph Curry? Oh, nobody can hand the ball off to Steph Curry. Oh, nobody can throw a pick for Steph Curry. What does he do for that team that makes them win? You've seen the last couple years with the Golden State Warriors. They have been trash, and it's because of who? Draymond ruining the team, punching out teammates. Punching out teammates,
But I don't
ruining
think
the
that that's.
team.
I think more
that was
people
more
agree
Steve
with you.
Kerr.
Yeah, I don't think he's even
GM.
rated.
No.
He's not even rated high.
Everybody defend Draymond Green.
But nobody's rating him high.
Everybody.
But nobody's rating him as a top
That's
25
high to
player in
think
the
that he's
league.
a good player.
So dig
If you
this.
think he's a good player, that's an overrating.
So dig this. I could go for like 2 out of the 3 of the top 3 in Phoenix. I could say Booker, or I could say Bradley Beal. But I'm gonna say Kawhi Leonard. That nigga don't even play basketball. Absolutely. He don't even play.
He is overrated.
He don't even play.
Are we talking about play or are we
No, we're talking about
injuries?
overrated.
How we gonna rate?
Overrated means the play on the court.
Hold on. When you
Is he overrated
when you
on the play on the
Shut
court?
up, C-Dub. Ain't nobody talk while you was talking.
You did.
No, I didn't. I said here just like this, like an usher in church.
Go
Now,
ahead.
dig this.
Go
Kawhi
ahead.
Leonard is easily the most overrated player in the NBA. They gave this man a contract extension. He averages 42 games a year. He sits out just because he don't feel good. It ain't even because he hurt no more. It's like, man, I gotta just rest. I need to go to the grocery store. Get out of here. He got picked for the Olympic team and didn't even show up for that. Overrated.
Can I ask a question to the host, please? Are we talking about play on the court or are we talking about overall?
You got to
Talking
be
about
on the
just
court to play on the
overrated players,
court.
bro. We
Yeah.
ain't thinking too deep on this one.
And
bro.
you got to play on the court and be on the court to talk about play on the court.
I'm not on anybody's side.
He's right. Hey, I would say this to
I thought we
your
talking about
argument,
play on the
C-Dub.
court.
I would say this to your argument, C-Dub. Draymond is more appropriately rated than Kawhi Leonard.
Absolutely.
This is just
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Why not?
Dub be on his horse, bro. It'd be funny when Dub be on his horse, bro.
He
I
knows
got
Kawhi
two.
Leonard. Go ahead.
I got 2. I got
Just
Rudy
flagrant
Gobert.
That's
I got Rudy Gobert,
yes.
That might be right.
and I got Ayo Daddy, Trae Young.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Joe.
I like that
Wait a
one.
minute, Steve.
I mean
Young?
Trey Daddy. He got Trey. That's traded. Yeah.
Wait.
What? Go ahead.
Wait.
You think
He
Trae Young
averaged 20
overrated?
and 10.
Hold on.
Yes.
Why?
Because the way his play style, because of how his stature mixed with his play style, you have to literally put because without it, he has to be the system, or he's not going to be effective at all. And if he's your system, you have to build the perfect, and I mean the perfect team if you ever think about winning.
But what if he averaged 28 and 13?
I don't give a fuck. Did you
He's a
win?
volume shooter who's
He
undersized.
got to the Eastern
and don't play
Conference
no
Finals,
defense.
Steve.
And where he been
And they've
since?
gotten worse every year since then.
Yeah.
How about saying where he been since?
You don't
And then-
score 20 and
and then-
13 on accident, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Kevin Martin would like to
care
bet
what
the
you
difference.
did 3
Yeah,
years ago.
Kevin Martin.
I really
Kevin
don't care
Martin
what
would
you
like to
did
bet
3 years ago.
Kevin Martin can't get in this conversation. Ugh.
Kevin Martin did exactly. He didn't average 13, but he
He
was
averaged
he was a better scorer than Trae Young.
In the world,
Kevin Martin was a better all-around scorer
You
than
better-
Trae
you
Young.
better-
You
You better go. You
Trae
better go
Young?
watch. You better go
Yes.
watch his sack tape.
What does he do better than Trae Young?
Shoot the 3-ball more consistently, take
That's
players
just
off the
he's a
dribble
wave
more
fis-
consistently,
Yeah,
and
he's a
finishes
wave
around the rim better.
Ain't no way
You
he taking people off the dribble better than Trae Young.
Dub, you already get on Trae Young for not playing pure basketball by trying to draw fouls and all the flopping and flailing.
Yes,
that he do.
I do.
That's how you get to 20 points a game, by flopping and flailing all around.
Wow.
He's a volume shooter, bro, in a league that requires him to be way more efficient. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's overrated like like Stevo was saying, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do agree with the Rudy Gobert aspect. Rudy Gobert has been overrated,
agree with
been
Rudy.
overrated.
Yeah, I agree with Stevo when he said that. But with the Trae Young, I think he's appropriately rated. Nobody's saying he's a superstar, but he's a star for sure. He can put the he gonna hoop. He gonna be able to do what he do.
Bro.
But not,
is he a top 5 guard? Because people say he a top 5 guard.
He can't be.
Nah.
Then he's over fucking rated.
With none of us,
Everybody can't be top 5 guard.
Most people put.
Where do you have him ranked at, C-Dub? Where is he ranked at? Top guards, shoot
just guards. Just guards.
Top 10. He's top 10.
I beat him right outside top 10. Right outside.
You got Jamal Murray.
If you put him outside the top 10, you proving my point.
Look, I'm proving your point of a player that's ranked 11th ranked guard is good.
Jamal Murray,
that's
Dame
a good
Lillard,
player.
Steph Curry.
Ain't nobody is saying he's an 11th ranked guard in the league.
Who else is the top 10 point guards?
I think he's a top 10 point guard.
Point guards,
because you know he top 10 for sure.
Steph Curry, Jamal Murray, and then we got who did I just say a second ago? Dame Lillard,
Dame,
Darius. I take Darius Garland over that nigga.
Darian
I would
Fox
too. I would too. Steve. Yes, I would too.
As the player, yeah, not right now.
De'Aaron Fox is in there.
No problem with Darius.
Darius is a more efficient fucking Trae Young.
I'm talking to nephew. What's your problem with
I know. I'm talking to death.
That's what I'm saying. Not right now.
We've only got like 5 players.
I need to see more because when he got the same situation, well, not the same, but similar. The man got DeJounte Murray. He had his struggles. He got DeJounte Murray. That was a speed bump in his role. They got that was a speed bump in his role and his progression. Look, I understand he could potentially get there. I ain't ready to do it yet, though.
DeJounte Murray is not a fucking black hole like Donovan Mitchell is. Never was.
I'm just saying.
They're two different players.
You just said his play style was more on the lines of a Luka Doncic. Is that fair to say? James Harden type. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to run pick and roll. It's very specific to that.
Ball usage. He's going to have the ball.
Why would you insert him in that? I understand it was a good decision, and I liked it at first, but it was something that didn't turn out well.
I got another overrated. I don't know how the fuck I forgot this shit.
Oh, I got one.
James fucking Harden. What you mean? Overrated.
I got a question for the panel. I want to go to Haize first. Is Joel Embiid becoming overrated?
No, because when he's on the court, he's everything he needs to be.
No,
to me,
injuries. I can't say real injuries.
I'm not saying he ain't there yet, but
the man put up almost 40 with ball with his face paralyzed.
Oh, here we go.
Cerebral palsy and a messed up knee.
Oh, so here we go.
At least I can say he played. Kawhi don't play.
SGA, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Kyrie Irving, LaMelo Ball is he in a conversation? Jamal Murray, Steph Curry, Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox, Colin Sexton is Tyrese Maxey.
Hold on, how you ain't say John Morant?
I'm looking at last season, the players that just played this past season. This is based on. Wait a second, I'm looking at PER and games played. Trae Young only played 54 games last season. That's all I'm saying. Based on last season stats, these are the numbers that I'm looking at in front of me. I'm not saying I'm just tossing out names. These are all the point guards. That's all.
Okay. With that being said, Kevin Martin ain't got no chance with Trae Young, bro. You talking about he can attack the basket harder than Trae Young. That's crazy.
If I got the choice of drafting Trae Martin, if I got the choice of drafting Kevin Martin and Trae Young, I'm taking Kevin Martin every fucking time.
And you will be fired.
you gonna fire me for you gonna fire me for not you're going to fire me,
Steve,
for not drafting a midget that can't play defense and is not playing winning basketball.
Yes,
he is
okay. You go draft him.
You go draft him. Niggas, once they start arguing, bro. Once these motherfuckers start arguing, to be over. Did you say yours, Bobby?
Bobby didn't say his.
Man, this definitely was Rudy. He was about to get this smoke. Sick of him. Ain't no way.
Well,
no more defensive player of the years for him. No more.
I agree.
Don't care about no efficiency, advanced stats. I don't want to hear. Give Anthony Davis that award eventually. Somebody.
Yes,
that's fair. That
should have been Victor.
You got drip.
I'm going, and I'm surprised nobody else. If y'all know, much like Stevo is always going to throw some hate towards James Harden. I'm going Kevin Durant. At this point, is the most overrated player.
See,
When you look at it,
somebody
when you
called
look at it,
911.
He's so hurt.
since Kevin Durant's, just go over this. Since Kevin Durant's last year in Golden State, this is how many wins he's had that his teams has had when he's on the court. 23 in Brooklyn in 2020-21. 36 in Brooklyn in 2021-22. 34 in 2023, 22-23 when he got traded to Phoenix, and then 44 wins last year on a stacked team. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant, since he left the Golden State Warriors, between of a mixture of injuries and everything else, has put up a lot of some solid numbers, but his teams ain't done shit.
But what about
that ain't
Stop. Everybody stop. Because I got a comment for you said, what about the shitholes he's been in?
Yes.
He chose every fucking team he's gone to.
What you mean?
He chose those shitholes. He went to Brooklyn, chose the players he wanted to play with, chose the coaches, and that was a shithole partially because of him. How you gonna trust somebody who doesn't fucking oil their scalp or brush their hair to pick a fucking coach and a fucking roster? Then you decided to go to fucking Phoenix. You decided to go there. You motherfuckers can't get on the same page to save y'all fucking lot. No, I'm sorry. Kevin Durant, as of right now, is the most overrated player in the fucking NBA to me because he's gonna put up some fucking points, but his teams ain't gonna do shit.
Hold on, wait
a second. I'm not done cooking yet. Every fucking time this lizard skin bastard gets in the playoffs, he fucking disappoints.
That's 2 championships drip
With Steph Curry.
Who was the finals MVP?
I don't give a damn. The finals MVP wasn't his team.
It was his team for sure. If he's on your team, he's the best player on your team.
Then why he ain't still there? Why he ain't still there?
Because he wanted to leave. Because of the most underrated player.
Because of the motherfucker you call overrated bitched him.
And they won a title after he left.
They did.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't even say this overrated. This karma, bitch.
And also,
karma.
When the last time you seen Kevin Durant with a baddie? That's overrated enough.
Talking about homeless looking motherfucker.
Kevin Durant be with a baddie all the time. He hang out with Drake in Toronto all the time. Now you know this.
I would say,
bro.
C-Dub, you gotta admit that the man has disappointed ever since he left.
In what way?
In the playoffs, he had a spectacular game against the Bucks. His foot was on the line, and then that overtime, 0 points. Then you come out, you ain't hold your teammates accountable or whatever. And then you got turmoil. We know he just want to hoop. I can't knock him for his leadership style. He just want to hoop. That's on him. But it's been disappointment. He ain't been out the second round since he left Golden State, bruh. With this talent, I just seen Kevin Durant go perfect in the Olympics, C-Dub. And it was easy.
Can't go perfect in Phoenix.
It was easy.
Against Denver.
When you do shit. Your moments, bro.
Y'all talking about a top-heavy Phoenix Suns team. Who else on the team?
That's part of his fault.
Okay. Again, he chose to go there. And the fact that they're so top-heavy, that helps him.
How do you can't win a championship being top heavy. You have to have a full team.
If you're the greatest goddamn scorer we ever seen, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Oh my god. This is
bro.
We got to get rid of C-Dub today. C-Dub out here tripping, bro. I knew as soon as I said C-Dub was going get the tripping, man.
Bro, everybody
why you just don't want to vote. You just don't want to phone him up.
Bro, we didn't pick them on purpose. We picked them because they overrated. We can say Laurie marketing too. You want
Kevin
to say
Durant
marketing too?
Kevin Durant, about Joe
who just went 5 for 5 in the first half, 21 points.
That was the Olympics.
In the Olympics. That don't mean shit for the NBA.
In 3 minutes.
Telling you, see,
cooking the Olympics. Should he get another shot at the NBA?
Bro.
It's also a smaller 3-point line. It's a closer distance.
That's what makes it so disappointing because we seen him do that in the Olympics, and we like, bruh, if he just lose his mind, bro, as Stevo always say, if he loses his mind after Golden State, hell, even before Golden State, he got him rings.
KD was on the path.
I don't mind to lose.
KD was on the path to be the greatest ever. Period. Like he was on path. The dude
He's
was
one
the
of the
youngest.
greats.
No, he is. Nobody's
He
denying
is,
he's one of the
absolutely.
greats. He was he was the youngest scoring champion of all time. Did it 3/4 times in a row. He went to Golden State and put them over the top of the top that they was already over. And then he came really close with Brooklyn with injuries to James Harden and to Kyrie. However, my man hasn't shown that he can be that sniper that they call him, an easy money sniper when it really matters the most, bro, by
You
himself.
sound crazy as hell.
How?
What is you talking about?
When has he done it?
What did he do against Denver, C-Dub?
Denver's a great team. He
I don't
lost.
care what
What
I
did he
didn't
do?
ask
He's
you
a
that.
great
I didn't
player.
ask you that.
He
I didn't
lost.
ask you about what Denver did.
He
I
lost.
said, what did he do?
He lost.
No, he didn't show up.
He lost. That's the same thing as his
And,
loss. You're gonna lose.
and to go back on my point, because I did the research back to Trae Young, he ain't never averaged he ain't never shot over 40% at 3-point% in his career. Kevin Martin did that 4 times.
Well, you
Oh my God.
but
Send
Kevin
that
Martin
boy
wasn't shooting half
Send that
court
boy
shots.
to the Hall of Fame right now, Kevin
Kevin
Martin.
Martin
Send him
wasn't
right
shooting
there.
half court shots though.
I tell you what, Trae Young ain't touching that shit. He ain't getting no
What
jacket.
bet?
He ain't getting no
What a
ring. He
bet?
ain't getting none of that shit.
One to bet that Trae Young make the
I'll
Hall of
give
Fame.
you the most expensive bottle you want.
Oh, do say all
So
the way.
we making a bet on 10 years
First of
early.
all, see, Dub already 77 years old. You think he gonna be alive when Trae Young make it to the Hall of Fame?
Hey, it's a thing called old man strength. He gonna keep fighting, yeah.
Hey, I'm convinced this nigga C-Dub got a hyperbolic chamber.
You can never win a argument like that with C Dub because it could be 50 years after Trae Young retires. He's gonna be like, he can still get in. Yeah, I ain't lost him. He can still get in.
What if he decides to come back after retirement?
Y'all just being unrealistic about the kid. The kid is a baller. You talking about he underrated?
No,
I
Trae-
acting like I
No,
said.
he's
Overrated.
Acting like
Overrated.
I
Still
said
be
he a
overrated.
scrub. The boy can score. The boy can play. But it's about winning championships and being one of the best guards in the league. He ain't gonna be that.
How many championships they pass out per NBA season? That's the question.
Two.
They pass out two.
I forgot about that motherfucker.
Can everybody win a championship each year?
So
It's only
real
gonna be
question, the
so
real
either
question
one
is
or
how
two
many
champions.
championships does C-Dub hand out? Because C-Dub hand out a lot of championships,
Exactly.
and MVPs, and
See, Dub,
and
see,
Hall
you know
of
what C
Fames.
Dub is? This thing about C Dub is that C Dub looks at the end of, like, C Dub looks at the micro, sometimes it misses the macro. That's just is what it is. We all have our blind spots. I don't. It's always hard for me to judge a player who don't play defense. I'm always gonna knock them some. C Dub, if you dazzle, you do a couple of good moves, you put up some points, C Dub gonna love you. But if you don't get it's just like. It's, you know what it's like? It's like Michael Carter Williams. You remember how Michael Carter Williams, he could dribble to save his life, but couldn't move when he dribbled. Like if it was just standing still, the motherfucker had all the moves in the world.
Like he was ice skating.
But when it came time to moving and dribbling, he couldn't do shit.
No. I think that's a bad observation, Drip, because I've seen Trae Young impact an entire playoffs from the first
consistently
round all
did he
the
do
way
it
to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And what happened
It
at
wasn't
the
just
end of it?
razzle. It wasn't just razzle dazzle.
JJ
He made
Barrera did
impactful plays
for 1
to
year.
win games. He
But
made
wait, JJ Barrera did that for 1 year. Is he one of the best guards?
JJ Barrera, hey, what do you mean he did it for 1 year? He did that as
mean?
a part as
Do you not remember? Do you not remember what he did to LA? Do you not remember what he did to LA? Do you not remember what JJ did with LA?
He talking about the Heat. That's what he talking about. You
No,
talking about the
he
Heat,
did
right?
it that whole playoff.
The whole playoffs he cooked.
He cooked. So what does that mean? What does that
I
mean?
saw him do it in the playoffs.
He wasn't the star. He wasn't the star. You had Dirk Nowitzki on the team. One of the greatest ever. What are you talking about?
And Dirk was Dirk at that point in time. Dirk was DI.
What?
Come on.
Dirk was DI.
Yeah, bro.
Brandon Ingram.
This motherfucker, for somebody that's labeled as a shooter and you can't average
He's not a
40%.
shooter. He's a scorer.
First of all, the reason why he can't average 40% is
score.
that nigga be like
That
28
high
feet,
value, yeah, he do take
29
threes,
feet.
though.
He will shoot that joint.
He's a
If he shot
scorer.
regular threes like Kevin Martin did, he would have a much higher
He
ceiling.
probably have a better career.
I mean, Steve, you agree with that? He's a scorer, right? Not a shooter. Buddy Hield is a shooter.
He at
Kyle Korver's a
Yeah.
shooter.
That's
He's
true.
not a
I
scorer.
agree
He's
with
a
That's
scorer.
true.
That's it.
That's true.
I mean,
Hey, y'all gonna try to this?
I
Duffo
mean, my thing
I told
is
you I
Steph a
agree with you.
shooter.
He's not overrated.
Is
I don't
Steph a
think he
shooter?
overrated either. I think he
Is Steph a
appropriately
shooter?
rated.
Yeah, I
Steph
think he
is
where
a
he's
shooter.
supposed
He's
to
the
be.
greatest shooter to ever lived.
Okay,
No,
we was comparing. We was
no,
the
no,
closest
no.
thing we was comparing
Steph
Trae
is
Young to
a
was Steph.
scorer.
They was doing
Hold
that
on,
shit.
stop. We're
Steph
not
is a
finna
scorer.
we're not finna start a second leg of the argument. Is that he just said that, and I saw C-Dub's face, and then I saw Kev's face, and I was like, no.
No.
We 40 minutes in. No, we about to
Damn,
stop this right now.
Yeah, he trying to rap.
I-
So
shit.
maybe this
His
would be
best.
maybe the best shooters of all time will be the next debate. We'll try to get every time we'll try to get one of these. These conversations are always fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Any last thoughts, y'all, before we get up out of here? And no, starting another C-Dub, don't try to get in the last dig to get these niggas started up again, bro. On your
All right,
last word. Okay,
All
my
right, bet.
guy.
Kevin Martin has shot for 48% before. That's all I
Did
got.
we just
just
explain
told
the rules?
Hey,
Um,
no last words. Y'all can follow us at NBA Central Pod. You can
I'm
send
just
us any
happy to see
feedback,
you.
questions, comments,
Get my
concerns.
last words
NBA
in.
Central Show at
I'm happy to be
gmail.com.
here
Lastly,
with the
if you
gang.
guys want to leave a text message and a voicemail in the bag, the number to do so 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.